Welcome back to the Expensive Coins History channel, coin collectors and numismatic enthusiasts. Today, we're diving deep into the story of a coin that may be sitting quietly in your change jar, yet it holds much more value than you might expect. This is the fascinating case of the 1982 P. Jefferson nickel, minted in Philadelphia, a coin that at first glance might seem common, but is packed with numismatic intrigue, subtle rarity, and increasing market value in 2025. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just getting started, understanding coins like the 1982 P. Jefferson nickel can offer insights into American history, minting practices, and potential profit. So stay tuned as we explore the historical context, production details, unique features, and the current market demand for this 5-cent coin. The Jefferson nickel was first introduced in 1938, replacing the Buffalo nickel. It featured the third President of the United States, Thomas Jefferson, on the obverse, and his Virginia home, Monticello, on the reverse. The design was created by sculptor Felix Schlag and has become an enduring symbol of mid-20th century American coinage. By 1982, the United States Mint had already gone through numerous changes in its operations. The Philadelphia Mint, designated with a P mint mark starting in 1980 for nickels, was transitioning into a more modern production environment. The 1982 P. Jefferson nickel represents a turning point in terms of minting technology and coin circulation volumes in the early 1980s. This was also a period of inflation and increasing metal costs, which made coin production a balancing act between preserving quality and managing costs. For collectors, this era has grown more significant over time, as certain issues from the early 1980s are now recognized for their conditional rarity and collector appeal. In 1982, the Philadelphia Mint produced over 500 million Jefferson nickels, with the precise figure reported at 500,931,000 coins. This might sound like an enormous number, and it is, but the survival rate of high-grade examples is quite low. The coin is composed of 75% copper and 25% nickel, weighs 5 grams, and has a diameter of 21.2 millimeters. The obverse features a left-facing portrait of Thomas Jefferson with the inscription, "In God We Trust," and "Liberty," along with the year of issue. The reverse showcases Monticello, Jefferson's neoclassical home, along with the phrases, "E pluribus unum, United States of America," and the denomination, 5 cents. What makes the 1982 P particularly interesting is not just its mint mark or design, it's the combination of production quirks, grading challenges, and its evolving place in the collector's market. At first glance, the 1982 P may not strike you as rare. But when we talk about rarity in numismatics, it's not only about mintage numbers, it's also about condition rarity and die characteristics. High-grade examples, specifically those graded MS66 and above, are extremely hard to come by. The Philadelphia Mint's quality control in the early 1980s was inconsistent, and coins often came off the press with weak strikes, bag marks, or planchet flaws. This makes mint state coins with full steps, known as full steps Jefferson nickels, especially valuable. The full steps designation refers to a clear and complete strike of the steps leading up to Monticello on the reverse. These steps must be uninterrupted and fully defined to earn this designation from grading services like PCGS or NGC. Full steps examples of the 1982 P are among the scarcest modern nickels, and they command strong premiums in today's market. There are also die varieties and errors known for the 1982 P, including off-center strikes, die clashes, and weak planchet strikes. Some collectors actively hunt for these error coins, which can multiply the coin's value depending on severity and appeal. Let's talk about money. How much is the 1982 P. Jefferson nickel really worth today? As of 2025, the value of a circulated 1982 P. nickel is typically around its face value, 5 cents, although uncirculated examples start to climb quickly in price. Here's a current breakdown: circulated, good to very fine 5 cents to $0.25, uncirculated, MS60 to MS64 $1 to $5, mint state 65, MS-65 $10 to $1.25, Mint State 66, MS-66 $30 to $1.75, MS-67 and higher, $100 to $350 or more, full steps designation, MS-65 FS and up $250 to over $2,000 depending on condition, luster, and I appeal the record auction price for a 1982 P with full steps in MS-67 was over $2,500. And prices continue to rise due to limited supply and growing collector interest. As of mid-2025 market trends show increasing demand for high-grade Jefferson nickels, particularly those from the early 1980s with full steps. This is driven by both registry set collectors and general numismatists seeking investment-grade coins. If you're searching for a valuable 1982 P Jefferson nickel, here are a few key tips. Check the steps. Use a 10x magnifier to inspect Monticello. Full, uninterrupted steps significantly increase the value. Assess the strike. Look for a clean, sharp strike on both the obverse and reverse. Weakly struck coins are much less valuable. Look for errors, off-center strikes, die cracks, or rotated dies can turn a common coin into a collector's prize. Consider grading. If you believe you have a high-grade coin, consider sending it to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC. Compare with sold listings. Check auction platforms and price guides to evaluate current values before selling or buying. The 1982 P Jefferson nickel may not be made of silver or gold, but it holds a special place in modern American numismatics. It's a coin that teaches us how rarity is often found not in age or metal, but in condition, strike quality, and collector demand. If you have a collection of old nickels or enjoy coin roll hunting, it's worth taking a second look at those 1982 PS. A few minutes of careful inspection could reveal a small fortune hidden in plain sight. Diving deep into a fascinating piece of American numismatic history, the 1984 D. Jefferson nickel. This unassuming 5-cent coin, minted in the early 1980s, has garnered attention in recent years not just for its historical background, but also for its rarity in certain conditions and the rising interest from collectors and investors alike. So whether you're an experienced collector or a curious enthusiast, stay tuned as we explore the story behind the 1984 D. Jefferson nickel, its origins, hidden rarities, and what it could be worth in today's 2025 market. To understand the significance of the 1984 D. Jefferson nickel, we must first revisit the era in which it was produced. Minted at the Denver Mint in 1984, this coin is part of the long-running Jefferson nickel series, which began in 1938 and replaced the earlier Buffalo nickel. The obverse of the coin features a left-facing portrait of Thomas Jefferson, the third President of the United States, designed by artist Felix Schlag. The reverse displays Monticello, Jefferson's iconic Virginia estate, rendered in classical architectural lines, a design also by Schlag that remained mostly unchanged for over 6 decades. In 1984, the United States Mint struck hundreds of millions of Jefferson nickels. Specifically, the Denver Mint produced approximately 705 million of the 1984 D variety. Given that high mintage, you might be tempted to assume that this coin is neither rare nor valuable. But as with many things in the world of numismatics, the story does not end with mintage numbers. The majority of these coins entered circulation and suffered the usual wear and tear of daily use. However, collectors know that condition is everything. A 1984 D. Jefferson nickel in average circulated condition might only be worth its face value, 5 cents. But those found in pristine, uncirculated condition, especially with full steps on Monticello, are a different story altogether. In numismatic terms, the term full steps refers to the clarity and completeness of the lines on the steps of Monticello. Coins that exhibit 5 or 6 fully struck steps without interruption are far scarcer and command a premium on the market. Now, here is where things get interesting. While the 1984 D nickel is not a rare coin in terms of quantity, full steps examples in high mint state grades, such as MS-66, MS-67, and above, are exceptionally scarce. In fact, very few coins from this year and mint have been graded MS67 with full steps by professional grading companies such as PCGS or NGC. Over the past 2 decades, the market for high-grade Jefferson nickels has evolved significantly. As of 2025, collectors are willing to pay substantial premiums for top-graded 1984 D nickels. Let's look at some of the current price points. An average circulated 1984 D nickel typically trades at face value or marginally above, perhaps 10 to 20 cents if sold in bulk to dealers or on online platforms. In uncirculated condition, coins graded MS60 to MS63 can bring anywhere from $1 to $5. However, once you reach mint state 65 or higher, the value begins to rise more dramatically. For instance, a 1984 D nickel graded MS66 full steps might sell for $75 to $150, depending on eye appeal, toning, and current market demand. A coin graded MS67 full steps, though exceedingly rare, can fetch over $500 or more at major auctions. Some verified sales have exceeded $800, especially for coins with exceptional luster, strong strikes, and zero contact marks. Collectors are increasingly recognizing the challenge of finding full steps Jefferson nickels from the 1980s. Mint quality was not consistent during that decade, making sharply struck coins very difficult to locate. That's why 1984 D nickels with full steps in gem grades are attracting premium bids at auctions and private sales. So what should you be looking for in your pocket change or old coin rolls? First, check for the D mint mark, located to the right of Monticello on the reverse. That confirms it's from the Denver Mint. Next, examine the steps of Monticello under a strong magnifying lens or microscope. If all 5 or 6 steps are clearly defined without major breaks, you might just have a full steps candidate. Don't forget to assess the overall condition. Luster, surface preservation, and absence of contact marks are critical for achieving a high mint state grade. If your coin looks promising, consider submitting it to a grading service such as PCGS, NGC, or ANAX for professional evaluation. To recap, here are the key takeaways for identifying and valuing a 1984 D Jefferson nickel. Circulated coins are generally common and worth face value. Uncirculated coins, especially in MS65 and above, are much more desirable. Full steps examples significantly increase the coin's market value. MS67 full steps coins are rare and can be worth hundreds of dollars. Condition, eye appeal, and proper certification are essential to maximize value. In 2025, the demand for high-grade Jefferson nickels continues to grow, driven by both new collectors and seasoned investors. While the 1984 D Jefferson nickel may appear ordinary at first glance, those who take the time to examine it closely may discover a hidden gem. Whether you're searching through rolls, building a complete registry set, or simply passionate about American coinage, the 1984 D Jefferson nickel is a reminder that even modern coins can hold tremendous value, both historically and financially. The Jefferson nickel minted in the year 2000, specifically the version bearing the Philadelphia Mint mark, the 2000p Jefferson 5 cents coin. Is this seemingly ordinary coin hiding unexpected value? Could one in your pocket be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars? Stay tuned as we examine its history, mintage, design, and most importantly, its current value and rare error types in the 2025 collector's market. The Jefferson nickel was first introduced in 1938, replacing the Buffalo nickel. Designed by Felix Schlag, the obverse features a profile of Thomas Jefferson, the third President of the United States and principal author of the Declaration of Independence. The reverse originally depicted Jefferson's Monticello estate, a symbol of his architectural talent and vision. This design remained largely unchanged for decades, becoming one of the longest-running designs in American coinage history until the Westward Journey series redesign in 2004. The year 2000 represents one of the final years before this transition, making coins from this period particularly significant in the timeline of the Jefferson nickel. the 2000 P Jefferson nickel was struck at the Philadelphia Mint and bears the P Mint mark to the right of Jefferson's ponytail on the obverse side. The total mintage for this coin was over 887 million pieces, making it one of the more common issues from the series. It was struck on a copper-nickel-clad planchet, weighing 5 grams, with a diameter of 21.2 millimeters and a plain edge. At first glance, this coin appears to be a typical circulation strike with minimal collector value. However, certain factors can elevate its worth dramatically, including condition, striking errors, and varieties. Despite its high mintage, some rare and valuable varieties and errors have been reported for the 2000 P nickel. These include off-center strikes, clipped planchets, double die obverse errors, and die breaks. Some examples include double die obverse. Some 2000 P nickels exhibit slight doubling in Jefferson's eye or inscriptions such as, "In God We Trust," and "Liberty." When verified by a third-party grading service, these can sell for significant premiums. Off-center errors. Coins that are struck off-center can range in value depending on the severity and percentage of the off-center strike. A well-centered date with an off-center error can fetch between $50 and $150. Full steps designation. Coins with a sharp and complete rendering of the steps on Monticello are awarded the full steps designation by PCGS or NGC. A 2000 P nickel with full steps in high grades, such as MS66 or MS67, is considerably rarer and more valuable than common circulation examples. So what is the value of the 2000 P Jefferson nickel in today's collector market? For average circulated examples, the coin still holds face value and is commonly found in change. However, things become far more interesting when we look at high-grade uncirculated specimens. In Mint State 65, the 2000 P nickel typically sells for between $3 to $5. In Mint State 66, values increase to $10 to $25. Especially if the coin has excellent luster and strike. A coin graded MS67 with full steps can command between $100 and $250, depending on eye appeal and demand. A top pop MS68 full steps example, if discovered and certified, could potentially sell for $500 to over $1,000, due to its extreme rarity and appeal to registry set collectors. Error coins vary wildly in price. A double die error or a dramatic off-center coin in uncirculated condition could sell for $50 to several $100, depending on the buyer and venue. To realize the full value of your 2000 P nickel, especially if you suspect it may be a high-grade or error variety, it is crucial to have the coin professionally graded. Third-party grading services like PCGS or NGC are widely respected and will provide authentication, a numeric grade, and if applicable, a designation like full steps. Submitting your coins can be done through a local dealer or directly, and it adds both credibility and resale value. Coins housed in authenticated slabs also tend to perform better at auction and in private sales. The 2000 P Jefferson nickel is a great example of how a coin that appears common can carry hidden value under the right conditions. If you're new to coin collecting, always check for the following: look closely at the steps on Monticello for the full steps detail, inspect for any doubling or striking abnormalities, preserve any coin in pristine condition by using non-PVC holders or flips. The coin market in 2025 continues to favor high-grade modern coins with rarity, eye appeal, and certified authenticity. Even a modern nickel, when rare or in top condition, can bring surprising returns. That wraps up our deep dive into the 2000 P Jefferson nickel. From its historical roots to the hidden gems that lie in error coins and mint state rarities, this nickel shows that even the smallest denomination can hold significant value. If you've enjoyed this video and want to learn more about rare coins, US currency, or what to look for in your pocket change, don't forget to like. The 2004 P Jefferson nickel, minted in Philadelphia. This 5-cent piece may look like just pocket change to the average person, but for those who know what to look for, it could be worth far more than its face value. Today, we'll explore this coin's historical background, its rarity and design significance, factors that influence its value, and most importantly, the current market prices in 2025 for circulated, uncirculated, And rare varieties. So stay with us until the end, because you might just discover that you have a small fortune sitting in your coin jar. The year 2004 was a significant milestone in United States mint history. It marked the first time in over 60 years that the Jefferson nickel underwent a major design overhaul. As part of the Westward Journey Nickel series, initiated to commemorate the bicentennial of the Louisiana Purchase and the Lewis and Clark Expedition, the U.S. Mint introduced two brand new reverse designs in 2004, the piece metal and the keelboat. The obverse, or front of the coin, continued to feature the left-facing portrait of Thomas Jefferson originally designed by Felix Schlag in 1938. However, the reverse designs were dramatically different from anything that came before. Let's first focus on the 2004 piece metal nickel, which was the first release of that year. The piece metal design showcases the iconic image of two hands shaking, one symbolizing an American, the other a Native American. Above the hands are a crossed tomahawk and peace pipe, and the inscription reads, Louisiana Purchase, and 1803. Now, while millions of these coins were produced, over 361 million to be precise at the Philadelphia Mint, not all of them are created equal. Some carry striking errors, others remain in pristine uncirculated condition, and a select few are high-grade specimens certified by third-party grading agencies like PCGS or NGC. When we talk about value, rarity alone isn't the full story. Condition, known in the numismatic world as grade, is a key factor in determining how much your 2004 nickel could be worth. In circulated condition, that is, coins that have been used in everyday commerce, a 2004 piece metal nickel typically sells for 5 to 20 cents, depending on where and overall I appeal. However, coins in mint state, graded MS 60 to MS 70, are where things start to get interesting. According to the latest auction results in 2025, an MS 65 example can fetch between $8 and $15. An MS 67 specimen, which is considerably rarer, may sell for $60 to $150 at auction, especially if it possesses strong luster and minimal contact marks, the holy grail of this series. High-grade coins with error varieties. Several types of error coins have been discovered in the 2004 Jefferson nickel series. Among the most valuable are double die obverse or reverse, where the design elements appear double due to a misalignment during striking. Off-center strikes, where the image is misaligned on the planchet, often increasing the rarity. Clipped planchets and die breaks, particularly if they occur on visible or critical design elements. If you are fortunate enough to find an error coin, even in circulated condition, it could be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars, depending on severity and visibility. For example, in January of 2025, a PCGS certified 2004 piece metal nickel with a prominent double die reverse in MS 66 condition sold at auction for over $680. So, why are prices rising? A combination of collector demand, historical significance, and the limited nature of high-grade examples has pushed values up steadily over the past decade. In 2004, these coins were dismissed as common. But by 2025, their place in numismatic history has been cemented. Many collectors now seek to complete full Westward Journey sets in high grade, and as supply diminishes, prices rise accordingly. Additionally, the coin market as a whole has experienced a resurgence in 2025, driven by renewed interest in physical collectibles and alternative investments. If you're looking to evaluate your 2004 Jefferson nickel, here's what you should do. Examine it under magnification to look for any mint errors, check the surfaces for signs of heavy wear, scratches, or luster, weigh the coin to ensure it is within the correct weight range of 5 grams, which may help identify planchet anomalies. Consider sending it to a third-party grading service if you believe it may grade MS 65 or higher. Keep in mind, professionally graded coins often sell for multiples of what raw coins bring. In summary, while the 2004 Jefferson nickel is a modern coin, it carries significant historical weight and collectible value. Whether you're a seasoned numismatist or just getting started, this coin offers a fascinating intersection of history, artistry, and investment potential. As of 2025, values range from face value in worn condition to over $150 for mint state examples, and even higher for rare errors or perfect MS-68 or MS-69 specimens. So, check your change, revisit your old coin albums, and pay special attention to those unassuming nickels, because sometimes, history hides in plain sight. We're focusing on a coin that may be sitting quietly in your pocket change, yet could be worth far more than just 25 cents. We're talking about the 1987 no-mint mark Washington $quarter coin. Let's explore its history, its rarity, how to identify valuable specimens, and most importantly, its market value in 2025. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly why this seemingly ordinary quarter is attracting attention from collectors across the United States and beyond. The Washington quarter was first minted in 1932 to commemorate the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth. Designed by John Flanagan, it features a profile portrait of the first U.S. president on the obverse and an eagle with outstretched wings on the reverse, at least until the state quarters program began in 1999. The year 1987 was part of the last decade before that significant design shift. That alone gives this coin some historical context. But what truly makes the 1987 quarter interesting is what it lacks: a mint mark. Mint marks are small letters printed on U.S. coins to identify where the coin was struck. The main facilities are Philadelphia, marked by a P, Denver, marked by a D, San Francisco, marked by an S for proof coins. However, during 1987, most quarters were struck in Philadelphia and Denver for general circulation. Philadelphia quarters, interestingly, did not have a mint mark at that time. So, if your 1987 quarter has no mint mark, it's not necessarily an error, it simply means it was minted in Philadelphia, which was the norm at the time. Now, let's make one thing clear: not all 1987 no mint mark quarters are rare or valuable. In fact, the Philadelphia Mint struck over 595 million Washington quarters in 1987. That's a staggering number. So what separates the valuable ones from the ordinary? The answer lies in three factors: mint errors, high-grade condition, uncirculated or graded specimens. Let's break these down. Some 1987 quarters may exhibit striking anomalies, including off-center strikes, double dies, clipped planchets, or missing clad layers. These errors occur due to mechanical or human mistakes at the mint and are typically much rarer. A verified error quarter can command hundreds or even thousands of dollars, depending on its type and severity. The condition of a coin is everything in numismatics. Collectors and grading agencies use the Sheldon scale, which ranges from poor 1 to mint state 70. The higher the grade, the more valuable the coin, especially when certified by professional agencies such as PCGS or NGC. MS 65 to MS 68 1987 quarter with no mint mark is relatively scarce and often sells for a premium on the collector market. Coins preserved in rolls or mint sets, untouched by circulation, maintain their original luster and sharp details. These may appear in brilliant uncirculated, or even proof-like, condition, and they're particularly desirable. Let's talk numbers. As of 2025, here's a breakdown of the current market values for 1987 no mint mark Washington quarters. Circulated condition: most are only worth face value, 25 cents, due to the high mintage and heavy use. High-grade uncirculated, MS 65 typically sells for $7 to $15. MS 66 to MS 67 grades. Values can range from $25 to $100, depending on demand. MS 68 specimens, these are rare and have sold for as much as $300 to $500, particularly if certified by PCGS or NGC. Verified error coins, depending on the type of error, these can range anywhere from $100 to over $2,000. Online auctions like eBay and Heritage Auctions have seen increased activity around high-grade 1987 quarters, particularly in the past year. To determine whether your 1987 no mint mark quarter might be worth something, follow these steps. Check the date. It should read 1987. Confirm there is no mint mark. Look on the obverse side near Washington's ponytail, inspect for unusual features, doubling, misalignments, or surface abnormalities. Evaluate the condition. The shinier and sharper the detail, the better. Consider professional grading if it looks uncirculated or has an apparent error. The 1987 No Mint Mark Washington quarter is a great reminder that not all treasures look like gold. Sometimes, they're hiding in plain sight, in your pocket change, your couch cushions, or a forgotten coin jar. While most of these quarters are common, the rare ones, especially those with errors or high grades, are absolutely worth hunting for. Whether you're a seasoned numismatist or a curious beginner, the key is knowledge, patience, and attention to detail. If you're passionate about rare coins, hidden treasures, or simply want to know which coins in your pocket change could be worth a small fortune, you're in the right place. Today, we're diving deep into the story of the 2004 Mint Mark Washington $quarter coin. We'll uncover its historical background, examine its rarity, investigate valuable errors, and break down its current market value in 2025. This isn't just any quarter. Some of these coins are worth far more than face value. So whether you're a collector, investor, or curious enthusiast, stay tuned because you may be holding on to a small fortune without even knowing it. The Washington quarter was first introduced in 1932 to commemorate the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth. The design, featuring a profile of George Washington on the obverse, was created by John Flanagan and has become one of the most iconic American coin designs. Fast forward to 1999, the United States Mint launched the 50-State Quarters program, a groundbreaking initiative that featured unique reverse designs representing each of the 50 states. This program continued until 2008 and proved to be one of the most successful coin programs in U.S. history. The 2004 quarters are part of this program and honor 5 different states released throughout the year: Michigan, Florida, Texas, Iowa, and Wisconsin. Each of these coins was struck with either a P mint mark for Philadelphia or a D mint mark for Denver. Today, we are focusing on the Philadelphia minted 2004 quarters, the ones bearing the P mint mark. The Philadelphia Mint produced hundreds of millions of quarters in 2004, with each state's design being released for approximately 10 weeks. Here are the mintage numbers for each of the 5 states in 2004 from the Philadelphia Mint: Michigan, approximately 233.8 million; Florida, approximately 241.4 million; Texas, approximately 278.8 million; Iowa, approximately 213.8 million; Wisconsin, approximately 226.8 million. Due to the high production numbers, most of these coins are still common in circulation. However, their value varies significantly depending on condition, rarity, and presence of mint errors, particularly in the case of the Wisconsin quarter. This is where it gets interesting. While most 2004 quarters are only worth face value, certain errors and die varieties can make these coins highly valuable. One of the most famous and sought-after error coins of the entire state quarter series is the 2004 Wisconsin Extra Leaf error. There are 2 main varieties of this error: 2004 Wisconsin quarter with extra leaf low, 2004 Wisconsin quarter with extra leaf high. These varieties were created when an extra leaf was accidentally engraved into the corn husk on the reverse of the Wisconsin design. It is believed to have been a result of intentional or accidental die alteration. Today, these error coins are extremely popular among collectors due to their uniqueness and limited number in circulation. These coins can command hundreds, even thousands of dollars, depending on their grade. A 2004 Wisconsin Extra Leaf Low in uncirculated MS65 condition can be valued between $300 to $500. A 2004 Wisconsin Extra Leaf High in similar condition can range from $350 to $600, with certified examples fetching even more. In gem mint condition, especially those graded by PCGS or NGC, prices can exceed $1,000 in auction settings. Now let's take a closer look at the 2025 market value for each of the 2004 quarters, both standard and error varieties, across different conditions. Play button. Common 2004 Michigan, Florida, Texas, and Iowa quarters, circulated condition, face value, typically 25 cents; uncirculated, MS60, MS63 around 50 cents to $1.50 gem uncirculated, MS65 and above up to $5 to $15. Depending on grading and I appeal play button 2004 P Wisconsin, regular issue, circulated, face value uncirculated, about $1 to $3 gem uncirculated MS65 plus, can reach $10 to $25 play button 2004 P Wisconsin, extra leaf high/low errors. Circulated, between $100 to $300, depending on where uncirculated, MS63, MS65 between $300 to $700 high, grade examples, MS66, MS67 $800 to over $1,200, especially when certified by top-tier grading companies play button proof-like or specimen strikes. From mint sets or with unusual luster, these are rare for 2004 P business strikes but can appear. In such cases, collectors may pay a premium depending on visual appeal. So, how do you determine whether you have a valuable 2004 P quarter? Start by identifying the mint mark. Look just to the right of George Washington's ponytail on the obverse side. If there's a P, then you have a Philadelphia Mint coin. Next, examine the reverse design. If you're holding the Wisconsin quarter, inspect the corn husk closely. Use a magnifying glass or coin loop to check for the extra leaf, either high or low. If you suspect a valuable error or high-grade condition, consider submitting the coin to a professional grading service such as PCGS or NGC. Authentication and certification can significantly enhance the coin's market value and buyer trust. The state quarters program introduced millions to coin collecting. While most of the coins are common, key errors like the Wisconsin extra leaf varieties have proven to be solid investment-grade coins. As of 2025, demand for certified error quarters continues to grow among serious collectors. The relatively limited population of high-grade examples, combined with strong interest from casual and seasoned collectors alike, means these coins are still appreciating in value. If you come across a 2004 P Washington quarter in exceptional condition or with a known error, don't overlook it. That little coin could be worth significantly more than 25 cents, possibly even hundreds of dollars. In conclusion, while most 2004 P Washington quarters remain common and are only worth their face value, there are valuable exceptions, particularly the Wisconsin extra leaf varieties. With a bit of patience, a sharp eye, and some knowledge, you could uncover a hidden gem in your pocket change. So be sure to check your coins carefully. You never know, you could be holding on to a rare piece of American numismatic history. If you found this video helpful or learned something new, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any future updates on coin values, rare finds, and expert collecting tips. Thanks for watching, and happy collecting.